Well, good morning, friends. This is day 4. Um, Slept in the tent last night. That was an experience. It wasn't bad. I mean, I was comfortable, but I didn't sleep very well. I think it's just because I haven't slept in a tent in years. I tried it out in the backyard one night. Kind of had the same experience. It just sleeping in a strange place. It just feels really weird. So maybe I'll get used to it by the end of this trip. But yeah, it's something I'm not going to do long term. That's for sure. Motels are very, very nice, very comfortable. So one thing I did learn about Arizona is last night when I was working around here, I noticed got dark a lot earlier than what it did in California. And I went, well, that's a little bit east of California, so yeah, it's going to get dark a little earlier. One thing I didn't realize is it gets light a whole lot earlier. The sun comes up at 4:30 in the morning. So obviously they don't do the daylight savings time thing, where they adjust the clocks back and forth. So yeah, 4:30 this morning the sun started coming up. I am the type of guy that when it gets dark I go to bed. When it wakes up I get up. So I was awake at 4:30 this morning, and yeah, that wasn't good. So I tossed and turned and tried to go back to sleep a little bit, but it didn't work. So, but that's it. That was last night. So today we're gonna go see the Grand Canyon. I plan on spending the day up there. I want to drive around as much as I can up there and see. We'll see how it goes. I'm supposed to meet some friends in Flagstaff for dinner tonight. Flagstaff's only like, I don't know, 50 miles away, but I'm kind of taking a big loop up to the Grand Canyon and then back down into Flagstaff. So my map says it's like 215 miles. We'll see. But yeah, that's my plan for today. So stay tuned. All right, talk to you later. So I'm gonna make my coffee this morning. Just gonna use my little burner here, and I'm gonna use my bigger pot here because I like coffee. All right, so we're gonna get this on here and see how long it takes to boil this morning. There's no wind this morning, so hopefully it'll go pretty quick. And my coffee is just instant coffee and some instant creamer put in there, vanilla creamer. So that's what's on there this morning. And then we're gonna warm up some more water, and we're gonna do some scrambled eggs and bacon from my dehydrator. We'll see how that works out. Hopefully it turns out better than the other stuff last night. Last night it was good, but it let go. You can't even see this thing burn. Yeah, it's going. So we're gonna crank this thing up and let her go, and then we're gonna have some bacon and eggs for breakfast this morning. So, all right, we'll check back in with you. So, bacon and eggs. Fail. Yeah, it's not working. I don't know why. I've had it sitting here for probably 20 minutes now, and they're still they're not absorbing water. I'm not even going to try to eat this. This would be terrible. That's how you learn, right? It's like no breakfast this morning, which I really don't eat breakfast anyway. But try to eat real light when I'm riding. I don't like being full and sitting on a motorcycle for 5 hours at a time. So, all right, yeah, I'll probably just grab some lunch. I'm sure they got places to eat up on the hill up there, up in the canyon. So, yeah, that goes in the trash. Oh well. Look at this. My poor bike. Look how dirty this thing is. It has never been this dirty. She thinks I hate her. I was following some type of truck yesterday that was just blowing white stuff out of it. It was coming out of its big tanker, and it just covered me and the bike, and got giant bugs splattered all over. This thing is just it's a mess. We're gonna have to clean it up a little bit today, I think, but yeah, never seen it that bad before. So that's all right. It's all right. I bought it to use it, so all right. All right, so this would be a good time to tell you about my bike. This is a 2021 Honda Rebel 1100. It was the first year they came out with the 1100. Rebels have always been a beginner's bike, and actually my first bike I had years ago was a Honda Rebel, but I outgrew it very fast, and I've always liked them, but they were just too small. So when they came out with this 1100, I figured I needed a new bike. So the other one I had was a 1996 Honda Magna, which was a great bike, but I decided it was time for a new one. So I went out and bought this. I'm very impressed with it. It has got lots of power. It runs really, really well. So I just kind of want to go over the modifications that I've done to it. So to start off with, I've put saddlebags on it. These are just from Cycle Gear. They're basic bags. I put a backrest on it and rack. That's actually for a Kawasaki. I think it's a Kawasaki 650 Vulcan. But it bolts right up perfect, and it's way cheaper than what the Honda one was. So I did buy a Honda rear seat for it, but it was so small that it was very uncomfortable. So that is actually a Mustang rear seat on that, and it's very comfortable. It's a lot bigger. So, and seats wise, this here is a game changer. If anybody has one of these bikes, they know the stock seat is terrible. This is a Corbin seat, very expensive, but worth the money. I have been riding on this thing for days now, and no issues at all. Yeah, you get a little sore from just sitting there all day, but not anything like it was in the past. This is the reason I get to do this trip, is the seat. It's amazing. So other things I've done to it is I've put the rear pegs on it here, passenger pegs, and pegs up here. These are Burley brand. They got a lot of grip to them. They're very comfortable. Helps a lot. Exhaust. The original exhaust looked like a freaking suitcase on the side of this thing. It was huge, and it was too quiet. Sorry, I like hearing my bike. So this was off of Amazon. I think it was only about $110, $115, and it works great. It sounds so good. It makes the bike sound really good. I put these cruiser pegs up here on the front. I don't use them that much, but those were just from Cycle Gear also. They were just a generic bolt-on. They were chrome. I painted it black, that to make it match. Going around to the front, this is a Memphis fairing on here. Once you put it on there, you get all the brackets adjusted. You can put any one of their fairings on there. They all mount to the same bracket, so it's really nice. I'm not a big fairing type guy. People say I'm crazy, but I like the wind. I like the wind in my face. So this does cut down on the wind hitting me in my chest area and stuff. The wind does hit me probably about eye level on my helmet when I have this on here. So going on this trip, I knew that I was going to have to put some type of wind protection on there, because I'm spending hours on this thing. So yeah, I had to do something. But I did buy a little front, I guess, pocket. I don't know what you'd call that. Little saddle bag, I guess.
Um, I just bought that at Street Vibrations vendor. It just straps on there. I just keep some of my paperwork in there, and, some minor stuff, But coming up to the front up here, I've put the RAM mount phone holder on it. It works really well. I did lose one of those little rubber grippy things once, but they sell replacements. So I put that on there, and I glued them on this time, so I know they're not going to go anywhere. So I put foam grips on it. That helps a lot on the vibration. It really cut down because I have a problem with squeezing the grips too hard. My hands go numb. So this kind of helped with that problem. So that's basically about it. That's about all I've done to it. It's been a great bike. I probably got 6,000 miles on it now, and I have a feeling this bike's going to last me quite a while. So that's it. That's what I'm riding for this trip. So, all right. Hello.